to the Korea News Express. Once again, I have brought you guys various stories of Korea. Before getting started, shall we go through today's topics? K-pop enhancing its global presence. ETF for K-pop companies to launch. South Korea lifts outdoor mask mandate. Aren't you guys curious about all of these? Then, let's get through this week's Korea News Express. It's the first topic of the day. Finally, you're able to watch the performances of Korean musicians in festivals held all over the world. Those of you who are interested in K-pop, please pay a close attention. Starting with Wonder Girls in 2009, many Korean performances such as Psy and Blackpink made it to the Billboard charts. Despite the nature of the Billboard, which is against non-English speaking musicians, BTS recently topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 10 weeks in a row. However, due to the sudden global health crisis, it was difficult to access K-pop stage in person. The good news is that as the face-to-face performances abroad are gradually recovering to pre-pandemic state, there are more opportunities to meet Korean musicians on stage. Do you remember one of the world's biggest music events, which was held in April? K-pop artists have made appearance in the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, drawing a lot of both domestic and global attention. This festival is well known for inviting performers that are not only popular, but also musically qualified. Therefore, it's known as the stage of the dream to many artists. This year, Korean musicians including CL, aespa, and Epic High have been invited to perform, standing shoulder to shoulder with world-class artists. Not only that, Lincoln Center in New York will hold its first concert of Korean indie music. It's the K-Indie Music Night, which will be held this July, where the indie bands Jannabi and Bye Bye C will perform. Accordingly, it seems that you'll be able to access various genres of Korean music all over the world. K-pop is clearly on the way to increasing its global presence. Let's get to the second topic. ETF, an exchange-traded fund to track the business performance of Korea's entertainment companies, will be launched in securities markets in the US and Europe. According to a report by Bloomberg News, ETC, the exchange-traded concept, recently submitted documents to the SEC requesting the launch of a K-pop ETF. ETC will invest at least 80% of its net assets in securities based on the index screening for firms engaged in Korean music, movies, dramas, and other entertainment. Many K-pop artists are making their venture in the international music scene, and the genre is expected to gain more global recognition in the years to come. As such, the influence of K-pop is growing in the area of finance as well. We'll look forward to K-pop stretching its impact on various fields. It's the last issue of the day. Korea has lifted its outdoor mask mandate starting from May 2nd. Nonetheless, people are still required to wear masks indoors and at outdoor events with 50 attendants or more, such as at rallies, concerts, and sports stadiums. Prime Minister Kim Boo-kyum said that considering the virus situation, which has been on a downward trend for 6 weeks, and the people's earnest wishes, we decided to continue to enhance antivirus curbs. Although the outdoor mask mandate has been lifted in principle, individual efforts to quarantine are still necessary. Hopefully, we'll be able to move around freely, just like the pre-COVID, if we have all hands on deck. That's all for today's Korea News Express. May in Korea is the perfect time of the year for you to enjoy the warmth of spring to the full extent. Also, it's a great time to hang outside. There is a unique Korean culture to experience at times like this. It's the delivery culture of Korea. You can basically get delivery food 24/7 to anywhere you're at. Now that you can go on a picnic without putting your masks on, I recommend you to experience the delivery service when you visit Korea. Stay tuned. I'll be back with more up-to-date issues of Korea next week. Thank you.